Hello worldo, this is Gemini Wolfstar Gaming. It's Anton and welcome back to more Robotics Notes DaSH. Last time, we finally finished Frau's ending. Plasma Pause Resistor. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. I really do feel like Frau has grown even more in this game than in the first game, which is saying a lot, I'd have to say. But we are now getting onto the next route, the third route of the game. It's like we've gotten Ides and now Frau's route done, but now we're getting into the next one. So I need to get onto this save. And we'll skip forward here. If I remember what the skip function is. No, that's backlog. Oh, there we go. That worked. So, according to the guide that I've been following, I need to go to the robot lecture classroom first. Let's say I'm Daru, right? It's been so long since I've been at this part of the game. Practically nearly all the way at the beginning. Let's see if there's a switch around here.
こんなところで何をしているんですか?
あれ、スバル君。
あれじゃありませんよ。言っときますけど、この辺りにスイッチはありませんよ。僕がすでにあらかた見てしまいましたから。
Okay, you did, and didn't find anything. Alright, well then, where to look for them then? It's like, where else?
そうなの?
そうです。
なんだ、そうならそうと連絡でもくれればいいのに。
僕たちだって自分たちのいる場所くらい多少は調べてますよ。それくらいわかるでしょう。
He sure likes to argue. That's Subaru for you. Funny considering he was just getting hyped about swimsuits a second ago. Yes, so the swimsuits. I remember that and how that went. Fun times. Well, based on my experience, these sorts are always majorly awkward. Yes.
何か?
いや、なんでも。
っていうかさ、だったらスバル君も手伝ってくれればいいのに。
Wait a minute, it just dawned on me. We're talking to Subaru here, not any of the girls. Are we actually gonna get a Subaru route in this game? If so, that's great, because we never got a Subaru route in the first game.
ですから、僕には時間がないんですよ。せいぜい自分の受け持ちのあたり、つまりこの辺り一帯を探すので手一杯です。
そういや、ロボレクってここでやるんだっけ?
はい、この会場を使って行う予定です。
Okay. I look around once again. Apparently this building is normally a store of some sort. Oh. It's actually quite well built. I would not have guessed that it's a store. There are tables and chairs lined up inside. I almost said outside. This must be where the kids are going to gather for the robot seminar.
でも何もそんなに大変そうには見えないんだけど。
Since the building already exists, they only really need some tools and whatnot. And I assume Subaru-kyun isn't arranging for everything himself.
冗談じゃありませんよ。そもそもまだ何をするか内容さえ決まってないんです。
そんなのさっさと決めちゃえばいいじゃない。
簡単に言ってくれますね。そりゃ先輩は何もしなくていいんだから気楽でしょうけど、僕にとってはこれほど困難な話もありませんよ。
Really? It's seriously one of the hardest things that Subaru has ever done? That's actually kind of surprising to me. Subaru-kyun says as he holds his head. It's like, I can't handle this!
いいですか？相手は子供ですよ。
そうだね。
そうだねって。それがどういうことだか分かってるんですか？
Not exactly, no.
どういうことなの？
いいですか？子供というのはそもそもが異世界の住人です。いや、モンスターと言ってもいい。
Subaru, you were once a child. Come on. Children are not monsters. What in the world is he saying? Yeah, really.
彼らに理屈は通じません。たとえこちらがどれだけ言葉を尽くして語ろうとも、彼らには届かないんです。
They're children. They're not a high schooler like you, Subaru. Come on. Your mind is a lot more developed than, you know, a young child's. It'll take time.
言葉の届かない相手は異世界の住人と同じだ。
Boy. I don't like how Subaru feels about children.
極端だね。
Yeah, I agree.
そんな相手に物事を、それも一番理屈が必要なロボット工学のいろはについて教えろだなんて。
Which will take time. It takes a lot of time and patience to raise a child to the point where they can be more of the sound mind to and to have the mind to know about the ins and outs of robotics. It's like it's not a skill you're born with. It's a skill that you are taught. You have to teach them, Subaru. If you don't teach them, how are they going to learn about it? It's like, come on. Robotics. Researching regarding robot-related technology, mainly separated into different fields such as mechanisms, actuators, the structure of the arms and legs, sensors and sensing methods to recognize outside information, movement, the control functions of a robot, artificial intelligence, etc. etc.
それがどれほど難題か、先輩には分かってるんですか？
I get it. You're a bad teacher.
別にそこまで難しく考えなくてもいいんじゃないの？
Subaru-kyun's... Wait. Subaru... Get rid of the apostrophe S. Subaru-kyun raises his eyebrows in response to Yoshio-kyun's words. Typo.
そういうわけにはいきませんよ。もしかしたら子供たちの中には将来日本のロボット工学を背負って立つような子がいるかもしれない。
Yes, they could. So why can't you do that?
ここで僕が適当なことを教えたせいで、その子のロボットに対する興味を失わせ、ひいてはそれが大いなる損失につながるかもしれないんです。
Then become a better teacher, Subaru. It's like, don't half-ass it.
いい加減なことをするわけにはいかないでしょう。
I can't help but think that a kid like that would be interested in robots no matter what, but I decide not to say anything. Really, Daru? Say something. It's like, you're the oldest one here. You would know better than anyone.
それに、この祭りが成功しなければ、ロボ部自体が存続できるかどうかという問題にもなってくるんですよ。
Really?
せっかく作り上げた中種ロボ部を僕の代で終わらせるわけにはいかないでしょう。
Much how the robot club was like in the first game. It's like trying to raise it up from the ashes. It's like history is repeating itself, it seems.
へえ。
By the time Subaru-kun is finished talking, Yashio-kun has a smile on his face.
何ですかその顔は。
スバルくんがそんなにロボ部のことを大切に思ってくれてるとは思わなかったからさ。
I mean, he clearly does. I mean, he has such a passion for robots that he wants to be an engineer. So that just tells me that he does care about the robot club. Even though that in the first game, he was kind of dragged in, kicking and screaming into the robot club a little bit. But, you know, things worked out. Things could work out again.
何を言ってるんですか。別に僕はそういうつもりで言ったわけでは。
That's not why I said that. Yes, it is.
いやいや、スバルくんがそんな風に思ってくれてるなんて、アキちゃんが聞いたらきっと喜ぶと思うよ。
She would be, yes.
やめてください。部長には言わないでください。
we're gonna tell her. We're gonna tell her.
部長は君でしょ。
今はどっちでもいいです。それより絶対に言ってはダメですよ。絶対にです。
It's like you care. That's who cares.
別に恥ずかしがることでもないのに。
Yeah. I mean, seriously, it's nothing to be embarrassed about, Subaru.
とにかく僕には時間がないんです。ロボレクで何を教えるのか、どうやって教えるのかを考えてシミュレーションしなければならないんですから。だから君島こうのことは先輩たちが2人で何とかしてください。頼みましたよ。
I mean, that's what we're doing. Trying to find the switches. Subaru-kun says with a difficult expression on his face, then faces the laptop placed on the corner of a desk. Oh, it's schematics. For... Is that schematics for Gunbuild 1? From a distance, I can see a drawing of some sort of circuit. Is he designing a document for the robot lecture from scratch? He doesn't need to go that far, but I guess that's just his personality. I mean, it is, yes. It's like he has a very strict personality. It's like he He's very logical, very forthright, and very stubborn. Very, very stubborn. Much like his father.
Subaru 君に子供たちの相手ね。
Kinda hard to picture, right? I can see how this would be tough for someone like him. Yes. Having said that, neither Juntan nor Frautan seem like they'd do any better. Frau would probably be in the same situation as Subaru. I feel like Juna, with how much she's grown as in a leadership kind of role, I feel like she would do really well teaching a group of children. It's like I could see her as a teacher. Not so much Frau and Subaru.
でもスバル君なら大丈夫でしょ。
I hope he can.
そうなん？
ああ見えて結構熱いものを持ってるんですよ。それが伝わればきっとうまくいきます。
なるほどね。
The two of us quietly leave so as not to disturb Subaru-kun, who is holding his head in his hands. Again. Okay, and then from here, I need to select the main stage. Where's the main stage here? I don't see the main stage. Where is it? I need to zoom out, maybe? What the heck? Where's the main stage? Did I select the wrong thing? I mean, Oh, no, wait. No. Not the main stage yet. I need to select food court first. Then from here, I need to go to the main stage. This, I believe I've already seen with ID. Though I need to remind myself which is the skip button. Okay, it's R1. So, skip through this and I'll just meet you back where I need to be. Okay, here we go. So, a lot of what I skipped through just now was the whole, like, swimsuit stuff. It's like, which I kind of remember, even though that I went through that so long ago, I do kind of remember that sequence. So, need to go to the main stage here, and then we'll get onto the phase that that is next. Okay, Exopause Thyristor. So, we're from Subaru's perspective, eh? Okay. And we're in his home. I cannot bring out the phone droid. This is how my father greets me after getting home from the fireworks show. He's always like this. My father is a fisherman. He leaves the house before sunrise every morning and hits the hay soon after sundown. This daily pattern is at odds with the rest of the family's schedule. To begin with, he's rough around the edges and reserved. Very rough around the edges. At some point, the two of us grew pretty distant.
寝る。
Good night.
Ah. おやすみ。
I go to my room and head straight to my desk. It's like, is this actually like Subaru's phase? It's like, with it starting from his perspective, I'm really led to believe so. Which I'm so grateful for. It's like, ever since the first game, I've wanted to get a lot more from his perspective, but in the first game we didn't get a whole lot from his perspective. So I really hope in this game that we get a lot more. Ever since I can remember, this room has been my castle. His castle. Okay, that's interesting. It's like, why is it, as he puts it, his castle? My father wanted me to inherit his fishing business. I'd always agreed to do as much, in front of him anyway. But the reality is that I loved robots too much to leave them behind. I once told my father that I wanted to go to college to study robotics. He objected, of course. Ever since then, I stopped saying the word robot in front of him. That conversation marked the end of my dreams, creating an even larger gap between the two of us. Or at least, that's how I felt anyway. I want to work with robots. How many times had I told myself that this was the past, something that could never come true? But no matter how much I tried to convince myself, I was unable to keep my feelings to myself. It's like he loves his father, but he has this huge dream of working with robots and being an engineer, which his father disapproves of. And wants Subaru to inherit, the family business. Which, of course, Subaru doesn't want to do. So it's like Subaru is... I think I mentioned this in the first game, that he's in a rock and a hard place between what his father wants for him and what he wants for himself. So it's like he has put such a heavy burden on himself, if I want to call it a burden. That might be the wrong word to use, but it feels kind of right to call it that. I mean, he wants so much to work with robots, but his father is so disapproving of it. And he wants to make his dad happy, but at the same time, Subaru wants to also be happy for himself. It's like, how do you make both parties happy? How does Subaru be happy while also making his father happy? Trying to shut down those feelings had the opposite effect on me. Because robots were forbidden to me, the passion kept quietly burning inside. I disguised myself and entered a hobby robot tournament behind my father's back. I even won. Yes, that was in the first game. It's like, see my Let's Play to see that match. This room was the only space where I could immerse myself with robots, away from my father's prying eyes. I eventually went to high school, and as the days passed, I was convinced that I would just become a fisherman. But that fateful day, I encountered Senomiya Akiho, my weirdo senpai. She is weird in her own right. But you're weird in your own right too, Subaru. You weirdo. And I'm sure Akiho would say the same thing back to him. Would say the same thing about him, that he's a weirdo. And after being forced to join the robot club, my repressed feelings came pouring out against my will. And they weren't against your will. They definitely were not. My father was livid when he found out that I was still into robots, despite my promise to leave them alone. I remember that he was so angry when he found out. My God. I really thought that he was going to, beat Subaru for going against his wishes. Well, and I'm glad he didn't, but still, it's like, I really thought he was going to, because he seems like that kind of father, that he would beat his own child to get his child to cooperate with him, you know? Which is, that tough love approach, which I don't really approve of, really. I mean, a child needs love and understanding, in my opinion. Not card-hold reality harshness. It's like that. I don't like that type of parenting, if I'm being honest. And that's not to say that I got that kind of parenting. I didn't. I got the more like love and understanding type of parenting. On top of that, his anger reached a whole new level when I got injured while working on the club robot. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that. That was a major turning point, I feel. That time, I really tried to quit. But even then, I couldn't. And so, during the intense cold of February this year, my father accepted my desire to fight in order to save the world. It's like he actually supported him, which was good. And his father should continue to support Subaru's dreams and wishes for his own future. It's like while some sons do get into the family business, others don't. It's like they have their own interests and they want to pursue other avenues in life, and through that make their own future instead of having their future dictated by their parents. The previously closed off door separating the two of us was slowly beginning to open, which was good, and it should continue to open. Hopefully to the point where that opening will become larger and larger and be more accepting. Or so I thought. Oh. So, got shut out again. Despite what some would say, it's not easy filling the deep trenches that form between people over a long length of time. On that day, when we saved the world, my father was there to help us. Oh yeah, he was. It's like little details like that from the first game. It's like I have kind of forgotten about. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I should at some point watch through my Let's Play of the first game. It's like that would be kind of a trip, because I really felt like I came more into my own with Let's Playing during that Let's Play. It's like, I feel like I had really gotten a rhythm. I feel like my first Let's Plays, of Persona 5 Royal and Final Fantasy VII Remake, they were so rough to start with. Especially since I didn't really have the right microphone to do those Let's Plays. But, I did my best with those Let's Plays, trying to make it interesting and try and be as reactive as possible. He even told me that he would be my legs. He congratulated me. Yeah, since Subaru didn't have the full function of his legs, it's like that was a really nice moment in the first game between his father and him. But after that, every time I tried to bring up robots with him, I just couldn't bring myself to say the words. Why? Similarly, my father never spoke to me about robots either. Is he still against me involving myself with them? Probably, but I think he's come to accept it a little more. I mean, I feel like Subaru really needs to show his father how much he is really invested and interested in robots and why he is. And then maybe Hiromu would see why Subaru is so interested in them. It's like Subaru is a simple man, and not Subaru. Hiromu is a simple man, but he should be able to understand his son's dreams and wishes, what he wants to do with his life. And a parent should be supportive of their child and what they want to do. I don't think that's the case. My father knows that I'm still in the robot club, even as a senior, and he hasn't once criticized me for it. Well, that's good, right? I mean, he has kind of come to grips with Subaru's fascination for robots. At least a little bit. So it's not like he objects to it. But either way, he doesn't bring up robots in front of me, and neither do I in front of him. It gets pretty hard to broach subjects like this after avoiding them for so long. So here I am, still struggling to tell him how I feel. The fact that I still want to study robotics in college. My father always wanted me to be a fisherman like him. I mean, that's such a simple life, being a fisherman. It's such a simple career, I should say. What got Hiromu so interested in being a fisherman? I mean, was it that his father, Subaru's grandfather, was a fisherman, and it's... Actually, did that come up in the first game? I can't remember. That it was just Hitomu followed his grandfather into being a fisherman, and now Hitomu is doing like the same with Subaru. Trying to, at least, but Subaru doesn't want to. Just as studying robotics is my dream, that was my father's dream. Interesting dream to have. It's like, why a fisherman of all career choices? And I think honoring that dream is a son's duty. But that's completely going against your own dreams. I mean, you can honor your father's dreams in other ways. But on the other hand, I still don't want to give up on my own dreams either. Right. As I figured. Time just passes while we both struggle to be honest about our feelings.
僕はどうすればいい?
Good question. That's a tough position to be in. A really tough position. I vocalized the words that have repeated in my head over and over again for the past 6 months. For 6 months? Really? That is a long time, Subaru.
僕はどうしたい?
That's something that Subaru really needs to figure out. And I feel like he shouldn't have to decide on his own. I mean, I say that, but you know, I feel like he at the same time should decide for himself. But it's such a big decision for someone of his age, and I feel like his father should kind of help in his decision. But then again, it's, you know, Hitomu is Hitomu, and he's stuck in his ways. So it's like, it's gonna be very one-sided. But vocalizing them alone doesn't yield any answers.
父さん。
らっしゃいらっしゃい。トビウオのさつま揚げうまいよ。揚げたてだよ。食べてって。
Deep fried flying fish. That sounds really good, actually. Granted, I have developed an allergy to fish. I can still eat shellfish, though. But just regular fish, I can't eat anymore. I used to be able to.
なあ、次どこ行く？
ステージの方で何かやってるみたいよ。
What's going on? One night has... I don't know who I am. One night has passed after all the craziness. With the Waizaka Gun Festival entering its main phase, the turnout has been unprecedented. There are stamp rallies and other events going on left and right. It sure looks like the festival is running in full force now. But...
何してるの、橋田さん?
Oh, am I Kaito? No, I'm Daru. Yashio-kyun spots me staring blankly up at the sky and walks over.
あ、ヤシオキュン。ほら、なんとなく寂しくなったなって思ってさ。
Well, now you don't have to be. It's true that there are more people at the festival than ever before. The Kimijima-ko craziness has a lot to do with this. An illusion of a mysterious robot suddenly appeared at the festival. TV stations and magazines obviously picked up on the news, and once it was made clear that no harm was done, people started flocking to the island out of curiosity. In other words, it's not a stretch to say that craze made everyone in the country aware of this festival. So, everyone knows now then? Except the illusion is long since gone.
何言ってんの？あの存在自体がおかしなものだったんだから、なくなったのは喜ぶべきことでしょ。
それはそうだけどさ。
The giant robot present until yesterday is long gone. It's only natural to feel a kind of emptiness.
それより、橋田さんはまだしばらくここにいるの？
うん。まあ一応そのつもりだけど。
Yeah, I thought so. It's like I am trying to remember if Daru told them at all if how long he's planning on staying. And I can't remember if he ever told them that. I want to see my wife and daughter really badly, but I've come this far. I'd like to see this festival to the end. Plus, I still haven't accomplished my real goal.
でもどうして？
まあ、もしよかったら、ロボ部のことを気にしてもらえるとありがたいかなってさ。
Kaito wants Daru to check in on the robot club? Why?
ロボ部の？
橋田さんって俺よりもロボットについては詳しそうだし、それに一応は大人でしょ？
I mean, he is an adult. I mean, he's 27, right? Because he was 17 in the first game. It's like I talked about this last time.
いつまでも少年の心は忘れてないけどね。
I heard the word shonen in there. And that's what I try and do myself. It's like I try to be a child at heart. And, I feel like what helps with that is to, watch stuff that I grew up watching. And, stuff that I grew up reading. I've always been a huge Goosebumps fan. So I still have all my Goosebumps books. I was a child at the height of the popularity of the Goosebumps books. So I had gotten most of the Goosebumps books. I'm just missing a few. And I even became part of the Goosebumps fan club back then. I got a little bit of the merchandise from being part of the club. So it's like once a Goosebumps fan, always a Goosebumps fan. It's been so long since I've read the books though. I mean, I am feeling a little nostalgic, especially with my 40th birthday coming up on the 13th of June here. So I have started watching the, Goosebumps TV show again after so very long. And before that, I was watching another TV show that I grew up watching a lot of back in the 90s. It's called Are You Afraid of the Dark? It's loved both shows equally. as a kid. I've just been in a nostalgic mood lately. I mean, even in so much as wanting to complete my collection of Goosebump books. It's like, yes, even at almost 40 years old, I am trying to finish my Goosebumps collection. So, yes, I am still a child at heart. And I think at some point that I will pick up and read the books again. I'm not entirely sure when though.
だからもしよかったらみんなの相談なんかに乗ってもらえると思ってさ。
Yashio-kun casually ignores what I said and goes on about his hopes for me. Is it just me, or has he gotten kinda rough when it comes to dealing with yours truly? I'll just take this as meaning we've gotten closer.
オキドキ。僕にできることなら別に構わんよ。
本当に？そう言ってくれると助かるよ。
I'm already on a southern island. Might as well spend time with the youngins while I'm here. Maybe I'll have my final chance at an adventure. His final chance? What? Final chance. Fighting game lingo. A player's last opportunity to win. Okay. It's like, I don't play very many fighting games, but you know, I do like fighting games. You know, like, I grew up with the original, you know, Mortal Kombat. Still have it, actually, for my Sega Genesis. And, you know, I also really got into Soul Calibur, the original game for the Sega Genesis. Sega Dreamcast, excuse me. I've played a little bit of Tekken, not too terribly much. I've played a little bit of Street Fighter. But again, not very much because, you know, those were on other consoles and I mostly grew up with Sega. And then there's also Injustice, you know, the Gods Among Us. Yeah, I'm finding that one fun because it's, you know, superheroes and supervillains. It's like I'll play that on my own time every now and then. You know, whenever I'm in the mood. So, but I don't think I've ever heard the lingo final chance before. That said, there are only a few candidates available to me who might need my counsel. Akitan, Juntan, Frautan, Badatans, and Aiditan. There's one more. But as far as I can tell, Akitan and Yashio-kun seem like they're more than just friends. They are, yes. So I don't want to do anything stupid and get bit for it. Smart move. So that leaves the three of them. Who should I go pal around with? You could try Subaru. Every one of them is charming in their own way. Let's just pick the first person I run into after this. Okay. Let's do that then. Alright, it's settled.
この辺りにロボ部関係者は。
あれは
Subaru? Oh? We found one already.
よう、もし悩みがあるなら僕に相談してごらん。
Yep. It's like it had to have been, because it seems like we've gotten onto his route.
あれ、スバルくん。
橋田さ
ん。どうしたのスバルくん。浮かない顔してるけど。
He's not under the weather. He's just sulking. I think that's the one. I think that's the term I want to use.
ん。浮かない顔だってするでしょ。そもそも最初から僕は嫌だって言ったんです。
もしかしてロボットレクチャーのこと？
I think so.
他に何があるって言うんですか？
Hold up.
大体子供という存在は苦手なんですよ。それなのにロボットについて教えろだなんて無理に決まってる。
This again. And again. Subaru, you were once a child. Come on. It's like I don't understand it. People who say that they don't like children, you were once a child. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it.
あ、そうだ。ヤシオ先輩、僕と代わってもらえませんか？代わりに僕が受験勉強しますから。
What? Would that be like cheating? And Kaito taking his place? I don't know about that. I mean, would Kaito be able to?
いや、それ意味ないでしょ。だいたい俺はスバルくんほどロボットのこと詳しくないし。
That is true. I mean, Subaru was already well versed in robots before Kaito got into robots in the first game.
いいんですよ。きっとヤシオ先輩くらいのレベルの人が話した方が子供だって理解しやすいでしょうから。
A person of your level? It's like, come on, Subaru, you just have to know how to talk to children, which he seems to have difficulty with.
何気にバカにされてるよね、俺。
He's not making fun of you, Kaito. Is this going where I think it's going?
冗談じゃない。なんで僕がこんなこと。
I mean, he was willing to do this, right?
さ、スバルくん、一つ提案なんだけど。
そういえば僕、ちょっと用事が。
It's like you running away, Daru. It's like, come on. It's like Kaito and Subaru could use some help. I attempt to remove myself from this unfortunate situation, but Yashio-kyun tightly snatches the sleeve of my shirt. Kaito is like, hey, you're not going anywhere. Come back here, Daru.
橋田さんに力になってもらえばいいんじゃない？
or should I say Hashida-san?
橋田さんに？
I've seen this patine before. Patine? Not pattern?
橋田さんって子供いるんでしょ？だったら俺たちよりも子供の扱いに慣れてるだろうし。
Very good point there, Kaito. I mean, that is true. It's like Daru has a child. Although, how old is Suzuha at this point?
いや、子供っつってもまだ3歳にもなってない幼女ですし。
Okay. Thank you for answering my question, Daru. 3 years old. Okay.
それでも俺たちに比べれば慣れてはいるでしょ？
自分の子供ならいいけど他人の子供は。 ん
That's when I noticed something pulling on the opposite sleeve. Oh? Hello? She's a very little girl, about 5 years old. Oh. Hi.
お父さん。
I'm sorry, sweetie, this is not your father.
ふわ
Or daddy.
橋田さん、まさかその子。
No. She is not here with him. And that is not his daughter.
違う。僕は嫁一筋。よそに子供なんていないのだぜ。
It's like, I know that. But, of course, Kaito and Subaru don't know that.
じゃあその子は
A random 5-year-old girl who decided to tug on a sleeve for some reason. And has mistaken him for her daddy. The girl's face suddenly shrivels up, morphs into a frown, and just like that, large tears are rolling down her cheeks. Oh, don't cry.
お父さん。
Oh, it's okay. Yashio-kyun and Subaru-kyun are still shooting me doubtful looks. I nonetheless ignore them, squat down to meet the girl eye to eye, and gently pat her on the head. Aw.
もしかしてお父さんとはぐれたん
The girl nods silently. Okay. It's like she just kind of went to the nearest adult that she could find to see if she could get help finding her daddy. Right?
オッケー。そんじゃおじさんに任せといて。
どうもありがとうございました。
Found him. It's not long after taking the girl to the Lost Child Center near HQ that her father shows up to pick her up. Well, that's good that there's a Lost Child Center nearby.
ありがとう、おじちゃん。
You're welcome, sweetie. Or, you're welcome, sweetie. It's like, Daru is good with children, not just his own daughter. I keep waving back at the girl who repeatedly turns around as she waddles away. Aw.
大したものですね。
I mean, it's not that hard, Subaru. It's not that hard.
やっぱり橋田さんが適任だよ。
Oh, crap. Jigs up, I guess. Seeing a crying little girl made me think of my own daughter, of course. At this rate, I'm gonna be stuck helping Subaru-kyun for the duration of the festival. I mean, what's so bad about that? Ever since arriving on Tanegashima, I've pretty much been hanging with Yashio-kyun the whole time. With the madness from earlier over, I thought I could enjoy some fun adventures. Adventures? Or adventures? But sadly, it looks like I'm stuck on Dude Patrol. Dude Patrol. Which would you rather be stuck on, Daru? Dude Patrol or Doom Patrol? Wait, I have the perfect idea.
わかった。 相談に乗るのは別に構わないよ。
本当に？
ただその前にもう一度スバルキュン以外の人に担当を代わってもらえないか当たってみた方がいいんじゃね？
Who would be willing to do that, though? It would just be easier for Subaru to get help.
確かに僕としてもそうしてもらえるならそれが一番いいですが。
If one of the girls can take his place, I'd not only get to provide them with counsel, but I would be willing to teach them all sorts of things. In fact, I'd like to be taught a lot of things myself. Like what? I'm a little leery of what things he'd like to be taught.
よし、そうと決まれば早速当たってみようぜ。
代わってもらえるならもらいたいけど、私の場合、社長命令なので。私、ロボットのことほとんど何も知りませんけど、それでも大丈夫ですか？
So they're going around to all the girls and asking them, but they're going to, kind of politely turn them down.
リュフ、どうしてもと言うなら考えなくもない。ただしメガネが女装してコンテストに出るならだが。
Oh my god. Subaru wouldn't have any of that. No way.
ジュンちゃんも愛梨ちゃんもコナちゃんもダメか。
となると、あとは
The only one left is Nae.
瀬宮先輩ですが。
Well, Akiho, but also Nae too.
アキちゃんね。仮にアキちゃんに頼んだとしてどうなると思う？
She'll turn you down too.
それは。
それじゃあこれからレクチャーを始めるよ。ここに集まってるみんなロボット好きなんだよね。ってことはもちろんガンバレルは知ってるよね。嘘？知らない？本当にガンバレルのこと知らないの？ダメダメ、ロボットが好きなのにガンバレル見てないなんて。特にみんなくらいの年齢の時にこそ絶対見ておくべきアニメなのに。
Of course, they're all picturing the scenario in their head.
よし、それじゃあこれからレクチャーの時間を使ってみんなでガンバレルを見よう。全部で3シリーズ155話あるから、今から見始めるとだいたい。
If Akio did this, she would do that. She would make the children watch every single episode of the Gunvarel anime. She definitely would do that.
瀬宮先輩には頼めませんね。
だよね。
Wow. So that's how everyone sees Akitan, eh? I mean, she's super passionate about robots, but her being a teacher doesn't quite fit, really, if I'm being honest. I mean, she's also very gung-ho about robots, but she's... The best way I can put it is that she is like a child when it comes to robots. So it's kind of hard to picture Akiho actually trying to teach a bunch of kids about robots. So it's like, who's left? There's Nae, but she's most likely, busy with JAXA. But they might be right. She'll probably start playing with the children instead of teaching them anything. That too, yeah. It's like she's basically a big kid. That means Team Girl has been annihilated. In other words, it's Team Boys to teach the children.
スバルくんに頑張ってもらうしかないね。ほら、そんな顔しないで。橋田さんだって手伝ってくれるって言ってるんだし。
I mean, he did, yes.
あ、やっぱそうなる？
だって相談に乗ってくれるってさっき言ったでしょ？
言いましたね。
Why's it gotta be a dude?
男子ばっかりで何の話をしてるんですか？
Hi, Nae. I was just thinking about you. Ah, this cheerful voice must be the one and only.
あ、そうだ。ナエタンがいた。
Yeah, it's like, how could you forget about Nae, Daru? It's like, you've known her since she was a child.
はい。ごめんなさい。私も JAXA の方でイベントがあってお手伝いできないんです。
I knew it. I knew it. Damn, I forgot that JAXA is also exhibiting at the Waizakov Gun Festival. Of course. Tanegashima is known for rockets, and the first thing to come to mind when it comes to rockets is JAXA. Yes. It wouldn't be a stretch to say that JAXA is Tanegashima's most iconic institution. And although the event is themed around robots, it'd be odd for JAXA to not cooperate.
ほらね、やっぱり橋田さんしかいないって。
もしかして橋田さんがスバルくんの担当を手伝ってくれるんですか？
They have to at this point. Naitan suddenly leans in toward me. Hi.
ああ、いや、そうと決まったわけでは。
You have to make a decision. Getting a little closer. She then firmly grabs my right hand with both of her hands.
さすがですね。若い子の面倒を見てあげられる人って大人って感じで素敵です。
Who can look out for the young? It's not like Kaito and Subaru are children. They're teenagers. Slow dots. Slow dots.
でも橋田さんあんまり乗り気じゃなくて。
It's like none of the guys are.
僕としてもそこまで嫌なら無理して協力してもらわなくても。
そうなんです ですか？
やだな。そんなわけないじゃん。面倒見のいい大人で知られる僕なのだぜ。男子だろうが女子だろうが、この橋田至に任せなさい。
それじゃあ相談役任せていいの？
もちろん。
There, I said it. Happy? little snarky there. Naiton has gotten terrifyingly good at manipulating men. Granted, I'm at fault for letting her do this to me. I mean, yeah.
ま、ひとまずは良かったね、スバルくん。
まあ子供の扱いには慣れているようですし、少しは頼りになるかもしれませんね。
Subaru-kun says as he turns toward me.
それではよろしくお願いします。
His tone comes off as kind of snotty. That's Subaru for you. But there's not much I can do now that I've accepted the gig. I'll just have to deal.
ところで、カイトくんの方の調子はどう？
調子？何の？
もちろんお勉強の。今のうちにしっかりやっておかないと宇宙飛行士にはなれませんよ。
I mean, that is true.
ああ、遊んでるように見えて、これでも一応それなりには。
Dashu-kun explains as he shows his phone droid display. Shows us his phone droid display. There are all kinds of physics questions on it. Every time we've been at the festival together, he's been glancing down at his phone droid every chance he's had. So I assumed he was playing games or something. I guess he was actually studying. It's like he is actually taking this very seriously, becoming an astronaut. I was going to suggest that he'd be the perfect person to help Subaru-kun, but he has a pretty legit excuse. Yeah, he has his studies.
感心感心。今夢に向かって頑張っておけば無駄にはなりませんよ、きっと。
Yes. In the end, it'll all be worth it if you work towards your dream.
だといいけど。
Naiton must have studied really hard to get to her current position. Almost definitely. That's probably why her words have so much weight to them. Yeah.
そういえばスバルくんも受験生ですよね。お勉強の方は大丈夫ですか？
僕はヤシオ先輩と違って今までちゃんとやってきてますから。
Unlike Kaito, you're both still students. The only difference is Subaru is still in high school while Kaito's now in college.
言われてるおヤシオキュン。
言い返したいところだけど、間違ってはいないからしょうがないね。
I guess. I don't know if he's being a good loser or what.
そっか。でも受験勉強してるってことは進学するんだ、スバルくん。
それは。
I mean, he definitely wants to.
親父さんには話したの？
That's just the thing, though. He hasn't. When he really should. Slow dots. Subaru-kun's silence says it all. Looks like he's got bigger problems than just the robot lecture. Yes, very much so.
僕の進路は僕一人の問題ですからほっといてください。それより今僕が解決しなければならないのはロボットレクチャーです。とりあえず明日までに僕なりにレクチャーのためのプログラムを作ってみます。
スバル君が？
ええ、相談に乗ってもらうからといって全てを任せるわけにはいかないでしょう。
Despite all his griping, this kid clearly has a strong sense of responsibility. He very much so does.
ですからヤシオ先輩と橋田さんはそれを見た上でどうすればいいか助言をお願いします。
And he's gonna hold them to that. Very much so. Subaru-kun stands up, says his farewell, and disappears into a crowd of people.
ああいう性格だとこの先も苦労するよね。
ま、それがスバル君だから。
Yep. Maybe his personality is also getting in the way of his moving on to college. Though that doesn't mean I just get to stick my nose into his business. I mean...
言った通りに作ってきました。
Okay, well... We're going to catch back up with Subaru next time. I am definitely going to stop it here. So, it's like Subaru has so many struggles going on in his life. You know, it's so much for him to try and handle. And he clearly needs help. Very much so. It's just that, is he willing to get the help that he needs? I mean, he's such a stubborn person, you know, just like his father. He's just like his father in that regard. So, it's like, we'll see what we can do with Subaru here. So, with that, I hope you all enjoyed watching, and thank you all for watching as well. And if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, like, favorite, and claw that subscribe button to become part of the pack. And as always, everyone, I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, wherever you may be.